Uchis is shading Sleep Token and accusing them for blackface. What the fuck? Happy Monday, hope you're well. We had a few things come out this weekend, and we're gonna start this week off with the most random beef I can possibly think of. If you could even call this beef, it's literally one-sided, and typically in a one-sided beef, it's the less clouded one reaching for the beef. Anyway, Uchis, okay? She is super famous on the R&B side of music, and when I say famous, 38 million monthly listeners kind of famous. She has more monthly listeners than Poland, the country, does people. But I'm gonna be 100% with you. I had no idea who she was until this entire situation, okay? I even listened to her most popular song to see if maybe I recognized it, maybe I heard it somewhere, but no, I was just drawing blanks. But just know she is big, okay? 38 monthly listeners, that's fucking massive. Now, Sleep Token, they have been doing insane numbers lately, all right? Like record-breaking numbers. Remember back in the day when you would go out, maybe the mall, maybe you'd go to Target, and there was like an 100% chance that you would bump into a kid with a Pierce the Veil t-shirt on. Sleep Token took that slot. Every single time I go out, I see someone with a Sleep Token hoodie or t-shirt. I've even seen bumper stickers. Now, the band hit #1 on Billboard Top 100, and Uchis, this is kind of where the beef stemmed from. I guess Uchis didn't like that. So check it out. We got Sleep Token at 1, we got Morgan Wallen at 2, Kendrick Lamar at 3, Uchis at 4, and The Weeknd at 5. And let me tell you, seeing a band hit #1, I think that's pretty cool. Okay, whether you like Sleep Token or not, them representing our corner of music is a pretty cool thing. It's pretty big. Seeing Sleep Token up here with some powerhouses of music, it feels weird, okay? You remember seeing the Timmy Turner and Jimmy Neutron like collab episode for the first time, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? This feels weird. Like, we are not supposed to be in this timeline. This shit is mind-blowing, but again, it is really, really cool. But Uchis, again, did not like this. She ended up sharing this story on Instagram, and when I first saw it, I'm like, it's a nothing burger, okay? It is what it is. It probably wasn't even on purpose, but it's basically her censoring Sleep Token's face for the #1 slot. And when I first saw this, I'm like, okay, she's just proud to have #4. She's just sharing her success, right? But things get a little bit deeper. So it looks like on a TikTok comment that is now deleted, imagine being so petty that you censor the #1 band on an Instagram story. Sleep Token is better. Uchis then replies something absolutely insane. She says, to be honest, I didn't feel comfortable posting a photo of someone in blackface. It really wasn't deeper than that, doll. That is wild. That is wild. Like, I didn't think any party involved would say anything about this at all. And for this to be the thing that was said, it is, again, it doesn't feel like we're on the proper timeline here. But things end up getting even worse for Kali because people decided to shed some light on her controversial past, and woo! Holy shit, man. This is a fever dream. But before that, we have to defend Sleep Token for a second, all right? If you don't know, I'm sure you do, this is what Sleep Token looks like, okay? The vocalist Vessel, he has black body paint, including his face. He covers up his face as well. But notice, he has a mask on, okay? He has this whole like get up going on. When you do blackface, you're supposed to be portraying like a person of color. You're supposed to be portraying a black person, right? He's not doing that here. They're using the body paint as a form of art, and they're theatrics. They got a whole stage presence thing going on that has nothing to do with race. They have this entire lore that has nothing to do with race. It's very obviously not blackface, okay? And we're about to talk about Kali's controversial past, but before that, I just want to mention, I think this stems from her being kind of jealous. And keep in mind, being jealous, it's kind of a part of our nature, all right? Even in my circumstance, that I think his name is Liam Donovan or something, right? That guy, I don't know if you watch him, but he is a newer content creator in like the music corner of YouTube, and immediately started blowing up, right? Just blowing up, doing slop content. And yeah, I was envious, I was jealous, and I will admit that. All right, I low-key was hating under my breath. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck? This guy's blowing up and I'm not, you know what I mean? But that's something you kind of keep to yourself, because yeah, if you say that out loud, you sound like a little bitch. You sound very petty. But again, it is a part of our nature. If you're working so hard on something and someone else seemingly comes out of nowhere and takes that fucking crown from you, a lot of people get jealous. Not that I've ever had a crown. I'm sure you know what I'm trying to say. If you're jealous or envious, it's better you keep that shit to yourselves, okay? I don't know what the fuck. Maybe her fingers have a mind of her own and she just kind of, oh no, my fingers, they're doing shit that I don't want them to do. Then her magic fingers had her post this fucking screenshot that made her seem extremely petty. And then she just did the whole blackface comment to try to kind of grasp straws, like try to justify her pettiness in a way. And I feel like I could back this assumption up with this next screenshot. And Uchis posted this. Coochies did that. Yo, Coochie. My Coochie did that thing. No payola, big commercial single, features gimmicks required. And this is very obviously throwing shots at Sleep Token and maybe the other people in the top 5 because Sleep Token doesn't have any features in their Arcadia album. But I do think the screenshot is telling. And like getting top 5 is so impressive. Even getting on the top 100 is a very impressive thing to do. And I understand the frustration. Like, imagine you're working so hard, grinding on this music, and you're at her level of success already. You know that #1 slot is 100% reachable. You can do it. But then you got someone else that you've never heard of just claim that crown from you. I get it. She's so close, yet so far from that #1 slot. And I can't imagine how frustrating it is for her, and I feel that, okay? I understand that, but throwing shade before thinking, that's not the right move, girl. Like, you done fucked up. So after all this went down, a new thread on Twitter started popping off, which is this one, and I'm gonna give you the TLDR. I read this whole thing, and basically, voice crack. There's a rapper that goes by Young Leash. He was found guilty for attempted sexual assault from an incident 3 years prior to this. He then gets sentenced to 5 years in prison, but the jury recommended probation. Then you have his girlfriend at the time, who was Uchis, that testified in his defense. Basically said, hey man, like, he's matured. All those charges kind of fucked his life up. His career is ruined. He can't support his children. Like basically defending him and his actions. On top of this, she then gets called out for brown fishing. And this screenshot reads, Uchis very clearly presented herself as a white Latina in the past. And as such, she benefited from the privilege that comes with it. More recently, with the release of her newest single and the announcement of an album, she started to present herself as a brown Latina and appropriated the aesthetic of one. So the whole criticism here from Twitter is like, hey, you can't act all high and mighty, saying you can't support this band, you can't give them this free clout when you have a controversial past attached to you. I can't share this screenshot of this band doing blackface even though it's not, but I could testify ex-boyfriend that literally got called out for attempted sexual assault. I could defend that. But blackface, this blackface that's not, I can't do that. It's okay to flip-flop my skin tone for my benefit though. I'm keeping it a buck with you. I don't know about the Uchis lore, all right? I know nothing about this woman. Like I said, I only know of her existence because of this incident, and I'm just reading you guys the screenshot. I cannot confirm if the brown fishing thing is true or not. I'm just reading the screenshot for you. Like, sub, join the Discord, and click right here because last time we spoke about the whole Zelda movie drama and the movie isn't even recording yet. How the fuck is there drama?